Hi, we're back. So let's learn something new. What is there to speak about when you need to small talk to people? There are different topics that you can use, and really they are very basic and really easy topics. You don't need to worry about, inventing some new or very clever subject. You can talk about something that is really there in our everyday lives. I'm going to give you some good topics that you can use, and also I'm going to focus on the topics that you should avoid. And basically, it would be better to avoid those topics because they may get you in some unpleasant situation where the small talk is going to be ruined. Of course, the most popular topic for small talk is weather. This is something that everybody can talk about, and this usually happens in the beginning of any conversation. We probably know the stereotypes of British people who like speaking about weather, but this is not only for British people. This is basically for Americans, for most of people, right? However, many people ask me how they can start speaking about weather. Well, there are several ways. You can say something like, "It's really nice today, isn't it?" Or, "Finally, spring has come to Ukraine. And what's happening next?" Here, I just want to draw your attention that my first example, "It's really nice today, isn't it?" is a real question. My second example, "The spring has finally come to Ukraine," is not actually a question, which means that to start a small talk, you don't necessarily have to ask another person a question. You can just make a statement and the person is going to react. Like I said in my previous episode, that you should react when having a small talk. So whenever I'm making a statement, you don't need to wait for a question. You can just react to my statement with your opinion about it, or with your comment about it. Also, I just want to tell you that depending on nationality, there may be some preferences about having a small talk. British people, they like talking about weather because, everybody's always talking about British weather, London rain, and so on. For example, I have noticed that in the United States, there is another preference for small talk. People like speaking about geography. It's not about the world geography, and it's not about it's not about other countries and stuff. It's about where you come from. You know that Americans, they love traveling. They usually move a lot in the States. For example, they may be born in one state, but they may go to college in another state, and then they move for work, and then they move for marriage and things like this. That's why they really love talking about the places in the States, So for example, when you meet an American person, you can start speaking about your favorite states in the States, let's say, and be sure the person is going to be very eager to continue this conversation, telling you whether he has been in this state or what he knows about it and so on. So geography is kind of a popular topic for Americans. Another interesting topic that you can use for small talk is, of course, movies. Everyone watches movies. Everyone loves it, loves watching movies. So there is always something to speak about. I think that you can hardly find a person who's not going to be really into talking about movies. So latest movies or, something that is coming up. So anything will do. Also, for example, if you are talking to somebody who comes, let's say, from a city where there is a big theatrical life, you can speak about theaters, you can speak about concerts. You can talk about the concerts or theater plays that you have recently visited. That can be a quite good strike-up conversation topic. In my next episode, I'm gonna give you more topics that you can use for small talk. And I'm gonna tell you why these topics are good for your small talk.